Todd Ewen was never the most skilled skater on the ice. He wasn't known for flashy goals or smooth hands, but what made him unforgettable was his heart, his toughness, and his loyalty to his teammates. Born in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in 1966, Todd grew up like many Canadian kids, playing hockey on frozen ponds and dreaming of the NHL. He knew early on that if he wanted to make it, he'd have to do it his own way. He wasn't the fastest or the flashiest, but he was fearless. He learned to fight for every inch of ice, and that willingness to stand up for others would become his ticket to the big leagues. When Todd broke into the NHL, he quickly learned his role: protect the stars, keep the peace, and when things got rough, be the one who answered back. He became what hockey calls an enforcer, the man who stood between danger and his teammates. It wasn't glamorous, it was often brutal, but Todd embraced it completely. Night after night, he dropped the gloves, took the punches, and kept coming back for more. Fans loved him for it. His teammates respected him, and his opponents knew better than to test him twice. In 1993, Todd reached the peak of his career, winning the Stanley Cup with the Montreal Canadiens. For one shining moment, all the blood, bruises, and battles felt worth it. He had achieved what every hockey player dreams of. But as the years went on, the toll of his role began to show. The hits were harder, the recoveries slower, and the invisible injuries, the ones you can't see, started to build up. After retiring in 1997, Todd devoted himself to his family. He was a loving husband to his wife, Kelly, and a proud father. Away from the rink, he was gentle, thoughtful, and creative, a man who loved art, poetry, and laughter. Inside, something was changing. Todd began struggling with mood swings, memory problems, and depression. The man who once protected everyone else now needed help himself. He tried to stay positive, to keep fighting like he always had. But the invisible wounds caused by years of head trauma were catching up. On September 19, 2015, Todd Ewen died by suicide. He was just 49 years old. His death shocked the hockey world and left teammates, fans, and family searching for answers. Doctors later confirmed Todd had signs of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, a disease caused by repeated blows to the head. It affects mood, memory, and judgment, and can lead to depression and emotional instability. Todd's story became a wake-up call. It reminded fans, players, and the league that behind every fight is a human being. Behind every roar of the crowd is someone's husband, father, and friend. Todd Ewen will always be remembered as one of hockey's toughest enforcers, a man who gave everything he had for the game and the people he loved. But his legacy is also a warning, a reminder of the cost of courage and the price of silence. Today, Todd's family continues to raise awareness about CTE and mental health, hoping his story helps protect others.
He'll tell you he hated it. He hated every minute of it.
Oh, no, that's Todd Ewen. This is ugly. Ewen's already put in a couple of good little love taps.
When you look at the guy you met, and then you look at what he was doing for a living for 11 years in the NHL, how did the two mesh?
You know, I was shocked.
And Ewen finally gets the right hand free. Robertson falls down.
Did that give you second thoughts about who he really was?
No, because I kind of felt like I really knew who he was off the ice. On the ice doesn't necessarily mean, you know, they're a violent person. Todd never was that in the beginning.
Todd Ewen and Brent Severin with the gloves off. Severin's no stranger to the penalty.
In 11 seasons in the NHL, Todd Ewen had at least 145 fights. It was an era when even after getting rocked on the ice, players were sent right back out again.
Did it become clear to you that he was sustaining, effectively, traumatic brain injury, as they call it now, concussions?
Well, we knew that he was sustaining concussions and head trauma, you know, based on blurry vision and headaches and sleeplessness.
Now, Bester, you see, he takes Ewen off. Dow.
You know, he came to me one day and he said, "I feel like I'm going crazy. There is something wrong with my brain." And I didn't understand, but he knew more than I think he was even telling me.
His strength lives on, not in the punches he threw, but in the lives he continues to inspire. Todd Ewen, the enforcer, the champion, the father, the friend, gone too soon but never forgotten. If this story moved you, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it to help spread awareness about CTE and mental health in sports. Your support helps keep stories like Todd's alive, reminding the world that even our toughest heroes need care, understanding, and hope. Thank you for watching this tribute to Todd Ewen.